I always save it for last. It's kind of cheesy by now. I think I'll probably change the question in the future, but I asked this in all of my podcasts, and I do want to ask it on this one as well. If you could go back to like the worst period in your life, it could be technically, it could be creatively, it could be emotionally. Just go back to that period in time. What would be the best piece of advice you'd give yourself, and why? Like what moment in time would that be, so that people that are listening know and maybe can relate, maybe if they're going through something like that? And what piece of advice would you give yourself, and why?
I think I think like I said, I struggled, like, and I still do struggle with a lot of like mental health things. And it took me a long time to find a sort of balance and not let my own brain get in the way of what yeah, that it's my own head, that it's always a constant inner battle between myself and myself. So I think in those moments where I felt like I didn't deserve sort of success, or that I want to like give up because things just like it gets so chaotic. I've like been diagnosed with like bipolar disorder, everything. It's just, there's such a battle going on in my head that sometimes I'm just like, I don't deserve success, or I don't, I bash myself constantly. Back then when I was so anxious and everything, I was like, oh, you're such a fucking like, you're too weak or quiet or whatever. It's just constant putting myself down. I think it's just like, it's so cliche. This is a corny answer, I guess, but it's like, I don't know, like just be confident in, whatever, like nothing's that serious. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. Every mistake that I make, it's not the end of the world. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be a certain way. There's so much room for error. And it's just like, calm the fuck down, stop being such a like downer and shitting on yourself so much. And, like just do whatever, make mistakes, be stupid, like be loud and be unapologetic. And I don't know, I guess that's like, when I was just so insecure and doubting my work and myself, it's just like let go of that. Nothing's as serious as it seems, I guess.
No, love it. Cheesy answer for a cheesy question, so it's fair enough. No, I love it. I love it. And you know what? I think usually the biggest piece of advice, people are so used to hearing them so often, but they hear it so often because it is very, very important to hear. And
Right.
sometimes you hear things 1,000 times, you ignore them for 1,000 times, and then there's just this one moment where it finally connects. We've all had very similar experiences. But that's Sarah, man. I really, really enjoyed the conversation. I thought it was really, really cool. Again, this is specifically for the audience. Do check out Sarah's work before listening to the episode. Pretty much this podcast is all about creative talent. I don't really put people here for followers or for anything else other than creative ability. So people need to check your shit out. All right. And I just want to say that before I actually just thank you for being in the episode and having such an awesome conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was cool. I hope it wasn't like too rambly. Sometimes I was like talking and I was like, oh, I forgot what I was saying.
No, that's the whole point though. Like that's the whole point of having an open platform conversation, to just let things loose. And at the end, the artists learn from that anyways. Like if this was way too structured, people would just be bored out of their minds. So I think you did amazing. And truly, thanks for being here, Sarah.
Thank you so much for having me.
If you enjoyed this episode and you want to directly support our podcast, make sure you check out the links in the description.